should be not a very complicated case, because if she sold the property that she inherited or the money she got from that inheritance and purchased that piece of property or investment, and that investment itself was in her name only, it should be separate. The income coming from that property is not separate. So let's say she is leasing the house for $1,000 a month. That money, that $1,000 a month, if she takes that money and invests it somewhere else, that is marital. But the actual investment property, since you can track it back to being separate, that should be separate.
Yeah.
So as long as there's a tracking,
And no commingling.
okay.
No commingling. That's
Meaning,
number
like,
one.
let's say they wanted to remodel something and he put a deck on the back because he thought the rental
Mhm.
would be higher if they did that, and he did that with his funds, or they did that with marital funds. That might
That would be a problem.
be a little bit of a problem.
Okay, so for right now, she shouldn't be worried, right? Is
Well,
that
we have to
safe
talk-
to say, you know?
We can't say it's safe to say. We have to talk to her and see if the husband did anything. Did he spend a dime on the investment
No,
property?
no,
Did he do anything?
no,
Is there a mortgage on the
no,
property?
it's free and
Paid
clear,
off.
yeah.
I mean, I think in this case, I think it is safe to say it will probably be deemed as a separate property of the wife.
Okay. Now go ahead.
Yeah, if you say that she's getting a bit concerned, maybe the marriage is a little bit rocky at this point.
Yeah,
You shouldn't, you can always entertain a post-nup agreement, however, she shouldn't trick the husband by making him think that everything's wonderful and, oh, honey, we just want to do this. You know, it would be more along the lines of, you know, in order for me to proceed with confidence in this relationship, I need to know that my finances are secure and that I would like you to sign this so I know in the future I'm taken care of and we can continue as married couple, but that I just have some more security.
okay. What can be done? Just like you mentioned right now,
Right.
before you get married, yeah, we all get married with good faith, in
Mhm.
good faith, and we hope that the marriage lasts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there are things happen along the way. Sometimes they can reconcile, sometimes not.
Mhm.
But in case there is a separation, there is divorce, which no one foresees really before they get married, what would they need to do prior? If each one has assets, what do they need to do prior to getting married? And if they acquire an asset within the marriage, what should they do?
Well, we can recommend things that they could do, which is like Lacey said. If it's before they got married, then it's very clear it's a prenup.
Okay.
They should come in and talk to an attorney and make a full financial disclosure to the attorney and tell the attorney, those are my assets. This is what I own right now, and I want to have my assets separate from my wife or my future wife. In case we get divorced, I don't want her getting this or that. They can agree to alimony, they can agree to everything.
Okay.
The only thing they cannot agree to is, or agree on is things to do with the kids.
Uh-huh.
They can't get child support, they can't agree on time sharing or custody issues. Finances, they can agree, to everything that includes financial, aspects of their lives.
Hmm.
And if something happened during the marriage, and they want to do something to fix their marriage, then they can seek counseling and maybe during that time seek an attorney's advice
Exactly.
and get into a post-nup.
Mm-hmm.
And then they see what goes upon the post-nup.
Well, you would be surprised, I know all three of us are married, and the thought of approaching a husband in your marriage that is intact and
Have you
saying,
seen it happen
"Honey,"
before?
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
surprising
a lot.
how many women do. They're in a happy marriage and they
Mhm.
decide that they just want to have this because they want security or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of sweet talking and honey, I just want to be safe and a lot of that. Or maybe my scenario is that it's probably they get in a fight and the husband is in the stage where he wants to get her flowers and be a sweetheart and she might at that time propose, with the way you acted last week, I just didn't, in order to proceed in this relationship, I need to have some things in writing. So Because we're surprised, shocked how many people, you know,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
after I was married, I had him sign this or that. and,
Men do it
We
Yeah.
do care for men too.
Yeah.
We do
and
care
they
for
have-
men. Yeah.
Absolutely, and we want, definitely, when you have a situation like this, you want the best for both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just the woman, there's a, and what I've noticed, and this is just a side note, when we receive calls, and there is a situation like this, it's always the woman that calls, not the man. It's just because of the nature of,
You would be surprised how many men call our office seeking a post-nup.
okay,
Yeah.
oh, wow.
A lot.
Mhm.
Especially if they start out, you know, where the wife and the husband are kind of on the same level, and then the husband just jumps up, you know, and makes a lot of money and has a lot of assets, and then has kids, you know, and wants to make sure that maybe his kids get most of the stuff, and if he gets a divorce, he doesn't want to let the wife take, you know, half of the assets and
Okay.
businesses and stuff. So they actually get in touch with us, and we do prepare, you know. And
Is
it
it long
really gets.
agreement, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very long agreement, and we have agreements that include international assets in, you know, Europe and Middle East and I mean everywhere, and it really gets complicated.
Is there certain approximate fee for this service that you provide?
It depends how complicated it is.
Depends,
If someone
yeah.
comes in and they say, "Oh, I just have a house here in Orlando," well, that's going to be completely different than when someone comes in and says, "I have 10 investment properties, I have a business, I have 3 vacation homes in Europe, and I have," you know. So it depends on. It could. They actually run from around $2,500 to $15,000,
Oh.
depending
okay.
on how complicated things are.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. And in case if we have these arrangements, in case of death of one of the spouse,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
there should be probate. Is that that's totally different
That's
thing?
different. Prenups work for only, they only come into existence at the point when someone gets divorced.
Okay.
So it has nothing to do with, okay, if someone died, that's a completely different
Different
issue
story.
than
Okay.
prenups and postnups.
Okay. Any last thought on this? Anything that you can tell people in situations like this that may be helpful to them to save themselves from all the headache and
I think from our experience, our main issue is people not being truthful.
when you say truthful before or
No, during even during the process of getting a prenup or a postnup done, they don't want to disclose everything. And that is a problem, because if you don't disclose everything, and unless there is an explicit waiver, then that prenup or postnup is going to be very hard to uphold in court. And we sit with them and we push them. No, if you have any more assets, it has to be in here. Full
Okay, then.
disclosure is a requirement. You cannot, unless there is an explicit waiver to the
Okay.
disclosure. But that's one of the main issues that we face when it
Uh-huh.
comes to these
Right.
kind of agreements.
I think good advice for men also that might be the ones that are seeking a prenuptial agreement is that it's very important for them to disclose to their wife and even pay for her to seek an attorney's advice. Because if it comes out, you've been married 25 years and the husband goes to try and enforce that prenuptial agreement, and the wife says, when he had me sign that, I didn't have any money for a lawyer. He didn't even tell me I should have gotten a lawyer. And I signed it because I loved him and I didn't know what my rights were.
Mhm.
We hear that a lot. I didn't know what my rights were. So for the husband to feel confident that of course it could go both ways, but that's mostly what we see, for him to know that it's going to be upheld is that he needs to make sure that she seeks the advice of an attorney.
Exactly.
Okay, so you hear it, guys. Marriage is not just emotional decision. It should be practical and logical. When you are deciding to get into a relationship, sit down, discuss everything from how many kids do we want to have to whatever in details, and see if there is compatibility, I believe, and truthfulness in this marriage. Anything else that we should discuss before we let you go?
Not that I know of, but good thing with the prenups too is that you sign the prenup and then you go on your honeymoon and you forget about the maybe negative energy that went into having to sign a prenuptial agreement. So it is a good way to start off on the right foot and end up where you're supposed to be. Hopefully not a divorce, but that happens.
Okay, well, excellent. I thank you so much for your time, for the information that you've given us. I will certainly have the lady call you because obviously there are particulars in this case that you need to know about. I spoke with them from personal relationship, not so much a law relationship. I will have her call you and discuss their case, and hopefully you'll guide them both into the right direction. And I do definitely hope that they work things out and the marriage is back again together and they pursue a life of happiness and enjoyment. Miss Rania Arwani, she is attorney at law. Miss Lacey Nava, attorney at law. They're Arwani Nava Law, located downtown. Can you just tell us a little bit about your services in case people want to get together with you? Why should people call you? What do you practice for them to know and come out here and speak to you?
Well, hopefully nobody needs us.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, it's whenever somebody comes in, it's really hard. But we practice family law, criminal law, but mainly do family matters, like we just discussed: prenups, postnups, divorces, modification, relocations.
We do child custody issues, after the fact, and injunctions and criminal and personal injury too. And then we do have Jumana Al-Khatib as an immigration attorney.
Okay.
We have two of counsel, Mr. Sigmund and John Latari. They're working at the office and they're awesome. So,
And what's your telephone number in case someone wants to call you directly?
what's our telephone number, Lacey?
407-254-0060.
Your website?
Our website is www.arwaninavalaw.com.
Okay, excellent. And we thank you for your time. I guess I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.